I can touch my ear, like I can take my hand from this side and touch my ear, but I'm not gonna do it now because I don't think I shaved properly. I made my name Alaya, which is quite similar to Alia, but Alaya because I wanted my own identity, and there's already such a successful, talented Alia Bhatt that I also, look up to so much and like learn so much from and admire. Hi, this is Alaya F and you're watching me on peepingmoon.com.
We have stepped into 2020 and with the beginning of the year, we have another debutant who's knocking the doors of Bollywood. Today we have with us Alaya F, who's going to make her debut opposite Saif Ali Khan in Jawaani Jaaneman. It's time to get up close and personal with Alaya. Hi Alaya, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am great. So the trailer is getting a huge response.
Yeah.
Everyone is loving you and it almost looks like the role is tailor-made for you.
Yeah.
So don't you think the nepotism debate is already knocking the door?
Well, I mean, the whole tailor-made for me thing is, I was just very lucky that I fit this character. It wasn't tailor-made for me in any way. I just happened to be a lot like the character. I auditioned for this film. I'd heard about it. And I'd actually helped another friend prepare for this audition because she was auditioning for it. It didn't work out for her, but then I found out that they were still looking. And that's when my agency was like, do you want to test for it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I tested for it. I still hadn't read the script, just the sides that they give you to audition with. And they really liked me, and I, got it. And then I read the script and everything, and it all worked out.
So, but aren't you scared about this entire nepotism debate, which you must be part of, and you soon will be dragged into?
Of course, no. I think it's a very important debate. Actually, I'm very glad that it's being brought to light so much now, because it is important to acknowledge that. I'm from Bombay, my family, my friends, everyone is here. What about people that come from small towns, that have no real support system here, that are then going on auditioning and also trying to support themselves? That struggle is far greater. And my struggle, no matter how bad it is, will never be, as hard as, what they have to go through. And I hope it changes, and I'm sure slowly it will, especially because it is being talked about so much. Because there's such wonderful talent outside and within the industry, and I hope everyone gets an equal chance to be there. But just because this is an issue doesn't mean I'm not going to act. I love what I do. I'm not going to shy away from something because I do inherently have some sort of privilege. All I can do is really work very, very hard and make sure that I'm worth it. Which is what I intend to do. Like, no one will look at a Alia Bhatt or Ranbir Kapoor and say nepotism, because they're so good at what they do. They're so good at what they do that you will never even think to say that. So I just want to just work and get better and better until the point where I don't have to, answer to this. But until then, I'm very glad that this is a discussion and I am answering to this.
Nice. You're apparently with your mother in the TV show Ma Exchange.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Forever ago.
Yeah. Like, was the decision to become an actress started right there when you faced the camera?
Not at all. That was just like, my mother was like, hey, it's happening, you want to do it? And I was a child. I was like, yeah, it'll be fun, or something. That was a whole different thing. My decision to act happened. I actually didn't want to act because everyone told me I would be an actor. So I was like, fine, then I won't act. I went actually for a direction course to NYU. I was supposed to be a director. And there we had one acting sort of class, and I was doing it, and that's when I realized I really love acting. And I came back one summer and I was like, Mama, I want to be an actor. And she was like, yeah, we'll see. I was like, no, Mama, I really want to be an actor. Yeah, we'll see. So I was being indecisive. So I was like, that's it, I have to do it. I have to take this into my own hands. So I went and I applied to an acting school. I got in, I sent all my documents, did everything. I got in. I made a full 5-year plan, and I went to my mother and I was like, this is my 5-year plan. I've got an admission. Went to my father, did the same thing. And I was like, all you have to do is say yes. And they were like, okay, then go for it. That's how it happened. Then I came back and I trained in Bombay also. But I feel like slowly and steadily, I've just fallen more and more in love with what I'm doing. From the first second I did it, I was like, oh my God, why have I been running away from this? I love this. And then, coming back and training in Bombay, and then, actually being on a film set and doing that is just, it's such a high. I love it so much. I just hope I can do this for the rest of my life.
I read it somewhere that you wanted to be a lawyer rather.
Yeah, I wanted to be many things. But a director was the one I actually went to study. So like that was like solid. I wanted to be many things. I wanted to be a painter. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to do business. Because see, I was quite good with my academics, So I had won lots of like awards and medals, and I was constantly, so like I had a good resume going on for me. So I was like, I can do a lot of things. So I like keeping my options open, but eventually I landed up doing this only. Everyone was right.
We're glad.
They were all correct. This happened now.
You did a magazine cover back in 2016 with your ma. Did everyone know around that time that someday this might, like, offers might land up at your door?
People started saying, it's not that offers landed up at my door. No offers landed up at my door. I went and seeked out all the opportunities I got. And I'm very glad. I'm very glad that that happened.
Okay, I really need to know what's with the spelling of your name. Alia, Alaya, clear it out. Like,
So my name, I made my name Alaya, which is quite similar to Alia, but Alaya because I wanted my own identity, and there's already such a successful, talented Alia Bhatt that I also, look up to so much and like learn so much from and admire. That I was like, I need to, I want to change it because I don't want to constantly, I want to make my own identity. And so I changed it to Alaya. Originally it was Alaya with an I. But then Karan Johar told me, he was like, you have to change the I, make it a Y. Because, people are going to be very confused, which they were. Because people thought my name was Alia, but I just didn't know how to spell it. They were calling me Alalia, Alalia, Alale. I don't know what, I was hearing the most strange things. Like, no one knew how to pronounce my name at that point. Then I was like, okay, fine, makes sense. So I made it Alaya, which is more obvious. So Alaya now. Yeah.
So I think we need to talk to Karan Johar about it. Like, he's now giving advices for the names as well.
No, I mean it was just like a random suggestion, like in passing, and I was like, yeah, that does make sense.
It does.
Yeah, and he's a very smart man, and so like when he said it, I was like, okay, this is something to take note of, and I'm glad I took note of it because a lot of other people had also said change it, and but he was the first one that said just make it a Y.
Yeah.
Which is so much simpler. So I was like, that I can do. So I can't change my name for a third time now, so I just changed the spelling up.
Okay. Your mom dishes out some great advice on, social media and even for our print editions, especially for the matters of heart. I need to mention, what did she tell you when you wanted to become an actress? Like, what was the first thing which came out as an advice? Like when she finally
Advice.
Yeah.
When I was doing the film or when I was going to film school?
Like maybe when the first time you made sure, like, okay, I am going to do this. Like, what was the first thing?
I think she said just like work hard at it, just like train at it and do whatever because nowadays everything is so competitive and you're so like replaceable that just work at it and be the best you can be, just train because I feel like earlier they didn't really have to train. Everyone would just sort of come in and be an actor, whereas and then they would learn as their careers progressed, whereas now you have to come in fully prepared. You can't just come in and wing it. You have to know what you're doing, more or less, I feel. So I think she just told me to be prepared and I did.
So what was like when you were on the sets for the first day? Like, was there one thing which she told you always remember, like sort of,
I feel like when I was on set, I was just so caught up with just like, okay, you can't mess up. These are your lines. You have to know it. My God, can I tell you that first day ka scene, the amount of times I did those lines. Now, I'm quite good with lines. Like, I memorize lines very quickly. But because I knew it was my first day and I'd be like, very... and so I did my lines while I was doing the most random things. Like, I would try and curl my hair and do my lines. Things that distract you. Or I would try and like talk on the phone to someone while saying my lines to someone else. Like things that would distract me. So I like rattled my lines and did everything. And then I feel like then it's just about being present in the moment.
And then it just happened.
Yeah, then I just said, okay, fine, now I'm just going to be.
See, a lot of has been said about like you auditioned after Sarah rejected the role. Like, what is the truth to this entire thing?
I don't know, and honestly, I've never even asked. I don't know what the story was with Sarah before. What I mean,
we are equally clueless.
No, and I didn't bother asking because fact is like I tested for it, I got it, wonderful, happy for myself, and I'm glad I did, and it's been wonderful, and every day since I've just been more and more grateful to have gotten this opportunity.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay, Saif's flamboyant character in Jawaani, does it bear like any sort of resemblance to your grandfather's Kabir Bedi, this bohemian lifestyle? Because everyone looks up to him for that kind of thing.
Interesting question.
Yeah, the colors, the palette, like...
I mean, it's still very different. Like, I feel like Jazz and my Nana are very different. I can see where you can see the similarities. I never even thought of that. No, I mean, Jazz is Saif's character. it's quite a mess. You know, I feel like my dad has got his stuff together. I feel like because Jazz's story is like him coming to terms with everything and then him, you know, growing out of this mess. Which I guess everyone has in their life at some point.
Yes.
But no, I didn't even make the. That's crazy.
That's crazy, correct? Unlike the film, you have grown up with your mother post your parents' separation. How's your relationship with your father?
Wonderful. I'm very, very close to my father. In fact, now my mother spends most of her time in Goa. She primarily lives in Goa. So I see my dad very often. Even while my mother was here, I saw my dad. My mother and father were on such good terms that me and my father have always been on great terms. And my father and my stepmother had another child, Zan, who's my half brother. But I hate saying half brother because he's my brother. And I love him also dearly. You know, it's. I feel like from the outside, people think, oh yeah, it's a divorced family, the relationships here and there might be. We are so chilled and so happy and everyone loves everyone so much. It is, I don't know, like I've had a very like lucky childhood in that sense where like I had two parents that loved me very much, that I loved very much, and like every family is a little dysfunctional in its own way.
Exactly.
But I mean, I have a great relationship with my mother, my father, my grandparents, my brothers. Yeah, it's all very good.
You're very good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's change some mood. Let's get a couple of rapid fire questions.
I'm so bad at rapid fires. You
okay,
have to
let's
know.
not do it in rapid fire. You just answer at your own pace.
No. Let's do rapid fire. Okay, let's make it fun.
Quick fire. You'll do
I
it.
will try and be rapid.
You try.
Okay.
Who do you consider as your competitor? And you have to pick one. I'm
Yeah.
giving you options. Ananya, Sarah, Janvi.
Sarah.
Which actor would you like to work with next from this young generation lot?
Young generation lot. Karthik, Varun, Ayushmann.
Give me one now.
Arey, yeah, I'm very greedy. I can't.
No,
Okay, fine. Very hard. I can't pick. So I really can't. Because see, like, Karthik is doing films with all my contemporaries, so I kind of want to get onto that bandwagon. I want to be like, I want to do a film also. But then, Varun is also so good. And Ayushmann's choice of movies are so different. You know, I can't
We
pick.
got it.
All three.
Done.
Everyone.
Everyone is logged.
Everyone.
Okay. Leave aside Jawaani Jaaneman. If you were supposed to pick any other film which is already made as your debut, which film would you have picked?
Any film that's already...
Yeah, it's already done. Any film.
Oh wow, that's so hard.
Come on.
Okay, I think the most recent film that I really loved, Gully Boy.
Nice. Unusual debut it would have been.
Yeah, because that's also unusual. It's not the...
Like the
You know, but it was still a very successful movie and a very wonderful movie, and it's with Zoya Akhtar, who's like my dream director. I'm saying this everywhere in the hopes that Zoya Akhtar is going to see this. I said this in all my interviews.
Okay. So if you had to date anyone from the industry, age no bar. Pick a guy.
Age no bar.
As in like young actor in the middle age, anyone.
I mean, Hrithik. I feel like after war, that's just like a, you know...
Goals.
I was sitting in the auditorium watching it with like 4 guys, okay, my teacher and then my 3 friends, and the men were cheering and whistling, and I was just sitting there like, guys, this is very embarrassing, but also kind of enjoying it because I also want to whistle.
He looked
like a god. He is a god. I don't know how he does it.
Okay, and lastly, 5 unknown facts about Alaya which barely anyone knows out there.
Okay, I was a very terrible dancer. I worked very hard to fix my dancing. If you go onto my Instagram now, you'll see my dancing. It's a lot better. I was a terrible dancer. There was a whole chunk in the middle for like 2 years where I couldn't sleep with the lights off. Very random. Just think of random things. I eat almost anything. I'm not picky.
Please.
No, like diet-wise, yeah. Like if I need to be on a diet, then I'll be a little careful. Although now I've been very bad. But what I mean is, like, I have no like food preferences. Like you can give me any food and I'll be like, it's nice only, and I'll eat it. Until the 2nd grade in school, I never used to talk. My teachers used to think I like had some problem, and they used to talk to my mother. Used to be like, listen, what are we doing? I never spoke. I had crippling social anxiety, and my social anxiety went on for a very long time, and it got better and better and better, and now I feel like it's pretty good. Now I'm like quite confident, but it was a long road for me to get over my social anxiety. And then I'm at 4, right? I'm trying to think of like different things, like, you know, so I'm not saying one type of thing. I can touch my ear. Like I can take my hand from this side and touch my ear, but I'm not gonna do it now because I don't think I shaved properly. So I'm not going to do it. I'll show you another time. Next time you interview me, I will make sure I come covered and I will do it.
But thank you so much, Alaya. It was really wonderful talking to you so much.
Too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.